What's up guys, and welcome back once again to the reviews. Now some of you may remember, a few people watched it, not as many as I hoped, but a few people watched it, may remember I'm starting to make my own sort of laptop thing with the help of Inwin's modfree mini, or modfree series basically, and this is one of their mod 2s. I wanted to make it as small as possible, so using the mod 2 rather than the mod 3, and obviously I'm basically building a mini ITX PC in just this one shell rather than expanding it to multiple shells. So using obviously ITX board, a TFX power supply and a small graphics card, and that should make the build complete basically. And obviously if you did see it, if you haven't seen it, obviously go back and watch that, you'll see what I'm doing. But you know that I'm trying to basically attach a screen to this to make it into a sort of laptop sort of edition. So basically today I'm just going to share how far I've got with it so far. We are almost there. Just a little spoiler, we are almost there, but I've just got a few extra things to do to get it to the finished build. I don't want to sort of reveal it completely until it's completely done and looking as nice as it can do. So if you remember before, I've basically so far managed to install the motherboard and the power supply using my own brackets that are 3D printed. So we've got those installed there. The next point was to get basically a way of attaching the monitor. It's a portable monitor by Zopa, attaching the monitor, and then also I needed a way of installing the graphics card. So I've done both of those things, and I've also upgraded some of the bits I've already done. So first of all, let's talk about what I've upgraded. So the motherboard tray, before, as you notice, remember I put some slots down the side of it, to one, because I was lazy, and two, because it allowed me a little bit of adjustability. I've redesigned that. And I've still got slots, but I'll put some extra supports in here, which I hope you can see, to give it a bit more rigidity. And also this time I've printed it out of PETG, so it's more heat resistance, and it hopefully won't sort of warp and bend and that under the heat of what's on the motherboard. Shouldn't get that hot anyway. It's only a 10100 Intel on obviously a low-end H510 motherboard, so it shouldn't get too hot. But obviously I've just covered all bases with that. And this time, on the last one, I literally screwed directly into the plastic to hold the motherboard down. This time I put some basically standoff supports in here, so I've got I can either screw straight to these, to be fair, or I might put standoffs in these to make it proper. And I can screw straight into those heat inserts rather than screwing straight into plastic, which obviously is not really reusable. Once you take them back out again, they'll probably only last a few times before it strips them out completely and they can't be used. Whereas these are a more permanent solution. So that's the bit I've upgraded so far. Have I upgraded anything else? No, not yet. So that's the bit I've upgraded, which I'll install shortly. Secondly, I've sort of figured out a way to mount the GPU. So I've made these little brackets, which I'll show you how they attach in a minute. These little brackets, again, using heat inserts, and I've basically made it so hopefully you can see that, where the IO sort of panel bit on it goes, it slots into there, and then I can screw it to that. That attaches, and then I'm going to have another one of these on the other end to hold it up, so it's not just flopping about in there. There is I would like it a little bit tighter. I may redesign it, I'm not sure, see how I get on. But there is a little bit of wiggle room in there, but it should hold it sturdy and hold it up. So we'll get those installed in a minute, and we'll show you through the whole thing once it's built to how far I've got it so far. Biggest job that I've actually finished as well is the monitor mount. As you can see, monitor mount is in there. It's not the most sturdy at the moment. It is literally held just in the middle with some sort of like 3M adhesive. I was going to do magnets. I even put holes in the plastic to insert magnets in it, and then realised this thing's made out of aluminium, so it won't magnetise. So obviously I had to use some sort of adhesive to get it. And I didn't want it to be permanent, really. I wanted to be able to remove it if needs be. So this should be able to be pulled off. I might put some extra supports in it so it doesn't rock about, but to be fair, it pretty much stays where it is. So that's the monitor mount. As you can probably see here, there's cut out here. That's because the connections are on the side here, and with plugging them straight in, they would stick out too far and wouldn't be within the bounds of how small I want to try and keep it. So I bought some 180 adapters, 180s? Yeah, 180 adapters to basically route the cables underneath the monitor to make it, excuse me for that, and make it tidier, and obviously have somewhere to route the cables. And as you can see, they come out the bottom here. Now with this, again, heated inserts in the bottom here to attach to the hinges on the main body itself. I've also put one in here as well, because I was going to think of some way of basically making it hold shut when it was shut. But I've also put some holes in here for magnets, which I haven't installed yet because the holes are a little bit too small, so I need to make them a bit bigger. And then I can put magnets in there, and this bit is steel, so I can actually get it to stay shut on there, hopefully. So that's that bit. One thing obviously I will mention, obviously because it's a big monitor, well, not a big monitor, but it's too big to make it one piece on my 3D printer. I have a P1P by Bamboo Labs. Not big enough to make a whole one piece, unfortunately. I could send it off and get it printed somewhere else, I suppose, and I may do that if I wanted to look a bit more professional, but I may just try and work with this as it is. As you can see, it's not the best finish on the bottom for some reason. Some parts didn't really, I don't know if it didn't adhere very well to the bed or something went wrong with them, but you can see a bit of like something where it's gone wrong on the bed. It's made it show up, because originally, obviously, as you can see, I've put this sort of carbon fibre pattern on it using a carbon fibre build, not a real carbon fibre, but a carbon fibre patterned build plate, because I wanted it to look a bit nice, but it's not finished as well as I would like. So I may do something about that. I may sand that down, spray paint it, or cover it with vinyl or something like that. And another reason I may do that as well is because obviously, because it's in two parts, you've got a seam right here, which you can't really see through now the monitor's on, but when the monitor's off, you can actually see there's a gap in there because it doesn't butt up exactly as it should. And yes, we've got gaps all the way around. So my plan may be to PLA weld this, sand it all down so it's all basically one piece all the way around, and then maybe cover it with vinyl, or like I say, I may paint it to make it look better. You'll also notice it's black on the bottom and grey on the sides. Two reasons. No, one reason really. Stupidly, I completely ran out of black PLA, and the only one I had available really, which was as close as I thought it'd look still alright, was grey. And then rather than ordering another black PLA and doing the whole thing again, obviously because I've already done one side and I wanted to make sure it fitted and everything like that, I just stuck with it and basically did the other side the same colour as well. So that's what, but I think it looks alright, to be honest with you. Let me know what you think. But I think the grey and black looks okay. But if I do decide to paint it all, then obviously I can do as well. So that is the current state of affairs where we're at. I'm going to chuck it all on now, and then I can show you basically how it looks when it's all together, and we can go from there. Right, so it's all sort of together at the moment. Well, almost anyway. It's pretty much finished other than side panels really, and obviously maybe doing a bit of finishing to this lid. Obviously I've shown you just a quick sort of time lapse of how I've put it together, so you can see basically what I've done, the bits I've changed and things like that. But hopefully you agree with me, although obviously it doesn't look the most professional thing in the world, because it's 3D printed. And obviously, I mean, it could look better with a bit of finishing to it. I wanted to do rounded corners on this thing, but the thing itself isn't rounded, so I thought it'd look a bit silly having that rounded and the rest not. But as it is, it literally matches up pretty much within point something of a millimetre. It's pretty much bang on lined up with the way the chassis goes, and that took me about 2 or 3 attempts with printing sort of fitting pieces just to test it and things like that. So it didn't actually take me that long, and I was quite impressed with how well it fit together. And obviously I got lucky with those hinges that just fit beautifully. So yeah, that's the way it is at the moment. I've still got the monitor there fitted. The cables obviously are very long, they come out the back, so I need to figure out a way of sort of routing them, making them look a bit tidier at the back, which obviously might be incorporated into sort of panels that I'll put on it. So obviously the back panels probably be a bit thicker, and I'll route the cables sort of maybe inside them or something like that, just to keep them sort of neater and tidier. So I might do a bit of finishing on the monitor lid, and hopefully I'll get some magnets in there to keep it shut. My next part is basically figuring out a way. Obviously I'm going to do the panels as well, but I might incorporate it into the panels, and the back panel is obviously figuring out a way of keeping it sort of open, not open, but keeping it so it doesn't just flop back, because obviously that's no good to anyone. So hopefully I'll figure something out with that. If you have any ideas, please bang them in the comments below, and we'll go from there, and hopefully some of your ideas might help me out. So please let me know if you have anything. In terms of panels, this, because it's from the mod-free series, their panels are all push fit with these little clips, if you can see them here. So I may design them just to fit, snap straight into them, so I haven't got to worry about any screw holes or anything like that. I can literally just pop them straight in, and I'm probably going to do one of the front panels at the front here is probably going to have some sort of I/O on it as well. I might steal that from the mod-free deluxe version that I had. Side panels, I may just put a bit of ventilation in the side panels, and then back panels, it's not going to be lining up with like an I/O shield or anything like that. I haven't even got the I/O shield for this motherboard. I don't know where it's gone. So it's not going to be lining up with that, and obviously the motherboard's set in as well, so it wouldn't work anyway. But as long as I've got access to that, then that'll be fine. So there'll just be some sort of little cut out there to get cables and stuff in if needs be. Or failing that, I may even just put extra sort of I/O on the front and run the cables to the front, so you can literally plug straight in. It's all sort of ideas I have. Like I say, if you've got any ideas, or if you know of any good I/Os I could use or anything like that, then obviously please give me a shout, and I'll see if I can include them. I'm really happy with how the graphics card's fitted. I'm really happy with that. Fitted right at the top there. I think it looks quite nice as well there. This card does have a tiny bit of RGB on it, so you'll see a bit of that. Fans are right there, obviously. You'll be careful sticking your fingers in it, but as it is, fans are right there. Going to get plenty of air supply obviously when it's open. It's not going to be used when it's shut anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And even though that bracket had a little bit of wiggle room, now it's fitted because it's up against the frame as well, it's absolutely solid in there, fitted at both ends and sort of floating, and therefore it gives me plenty of space to get these cables under, and obviously the riser cable as well. It's just worked out really well, and I'm really impressed with it, to be honest with you. But obviously let me know what you think in the comment section below. So that's it really for now. Next video is hopefully going to be finishing it. I may put some sort of top over this as well, I'm not sure, just to sort of cover it off from putting fingers in, but I kind of like the open look. I think it looks pretty cool, to be fair. So next one hopefully will be panels and finishing up, and then obviously we'll get it powered up. Hopefully it works. It used to work. So we'll get it powered up, and then we'll see how well it games and things like that. So thanks for sticking with me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're looking forward to the next one. I am. And yeah, stick around. If you don't already subscribed, then please hit that subscribe and that bell icon to be notified when the next video for this goes live. And obviously you'll be able to keep up to date with this. I have got many more 3D printer PC gaming sort of projects planned in the pipelines. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, then obviously please subscribe and keep an eye out for my videos, because I'm sort of going more towards the 3D printing and making my own projects rather than just reviews all the time. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.